Ladies and gentlemen, your job is not your purpose. Too many of us wake up every morning, drag ourselves out of bed, and go to work simply because it's what we're supposed to do. We clock in, do our tasks, answer emails, attend meetings, and then clock out, counting down the minutes until the weekend. And yet, despite the effort, despite the long hours, we still feel unfulfilled. That feeling, that deep sense that something is missing, doesn't come from a lack of success. It comes from a lack of purpose. You see, a job is just an exchange. You give your time, skills, and energy, and in return, you get a paycheck. But purpose, real purpose, is something different. It's something bigger. It's the reason you get up in the morning excited instead of exhausted. It's the reason you push forward even when things get tough. It's the thing that gives your work and your life meaning. When we mistake our job for our purpose, we give control of our fulfillment to something external. We allow our sense of value to be dictated by promotions, salaries, and performance reviews. But those things will never be enough. Because if the only reason you do what you do is for money or status, you'll always feel like something is missing. Purpose is not something your company gives you. It's not written in a job description. It's not defined by a title. It comes from within. So how do you find it? It starts with understanding your why. Why do you do what you do? Why does it matter to you? Why does it matter to the people around you? Purpose is not about what you do. It's about the impact of what you do. A teacher's job is to educate, but their purpose is to inspire curiosity and confidence in young minds. A doctor's job is to diagnose and treat, but their purpose is to heal and bring hope. A business leader's job is to drive results, but their purpose is to serve and create opportunities. And what about you? What is the impact of what you do? Because if you can see that, if you can connect your daily work to something bigger than yourself, then suddenly your job is no longer just a job. It becomes something more. But maybe you're sitting there thinking, I don't see a bigger purpose in what I do. And that's okay. That's where the real work begins. Because finding purpose isn't about waiting for it to appear. It's about creating it. It's about shifting your perspective, finding meaning in the little things, and being intentional about the way you show up every day. The truth is, purpose isn't just found in grand achievements or world-changing missions. It's found in the way you serve, in the way you help, in the way you make a difference, even if it's in just one person's life. You don't have to change the world to live with purpose. You just have to show up fully present and choose to make a difference where you are. When you stop defining yourself by your job and start defining yourself by your impact, everything changes. Work becomes more than a paycheck. It becomes a way to contribute, a way to serve, a way to leave something behind that matters. Because at the end of the day, people won't remember your title. They won't remember how much money you made. They'll remember the way you made them feel. They'll remember the way you inspired them, the way you helped them, the way you showed up when they needed you most. That is purpose. And that is worth chasing. A job is just an exchange of time and skills for money. But purpose is deeper. It's the reason you wake up excited and feel fulfilled. Your sense of fulfillment shouldn't depend on external factors like promotions or salaries. True purpose is found in the impact you make. Understanding why you do what you do helps connect your daily work to something bigger, making even ordinary tasks meaningful. You don't have to wait for purpose to appear. It's built through intentionality, perspective shifts, and finding meaning in small actions. People won't remember your job title or paycheck, but they will remember the way you made them feel and the difference you made in their lives. Too often, people assume that their job is their purpose. They believe that as long as they have a good position, a decent salary, and a stable career, they are on the right path. But something still feels missing. That's because a job is simply a transaction. You trade your time, energy, and skills in exchange for a paycheck or benefits. And while that may bring financial security, it doesn't necessarily bring fulfillment. The problem arises when people tie their identity and self-worth to their job title. They introduce themselves by what they do, not by who they are. They define their success based on promotions, salaries, and external recognition. But what happens when the job changes? What happens when the promotion doesn't come, or the company restructures, or the career path doesn't unfold as expected? If your entire sense of purpose is attached to your job, then any disruption feels like a loss of identity. Purpose is something deeper than a job description. It's the thing that drives you, the reason behind the work you do. Two people can have the same job, but one feels empty while the other feels deeply fulfilled. The difference isn't in the role itself, it's in the mindset. One person sees their work as just a series of tasks to complete, while the other sees it as an opportunity to contribute to something greater. This is why some of the most successful professionals still feel unfulfilled despite their achievements. They chase success, thinking that once they reach a certain level, they'll feel complete. But purpose isn't found in climbing the corporate ladder. It's found in the meaning behind what you do. A job might provide security and structure, but purpose gives you a reason to get up in the morning with enthusiasm. Many people spend years working hard, thinking that eventually fulfillment will come. They convince themselves that the next raise, the next job, or the next big opportunity will be the thing that makes them happy. But happiness and fulfillment don't come from external success. They come from the impact you create. When you focus only on the job itself, you risk missing the deeper meaning behind your work. The shift happens when you stop seeing your job as just a means to an end and start seeing it as a platform for purpose. A teacher may have the job of educating students, but their purpose is to inspire and shape young minds. A doctor's job is to diagnose and treat, but their purpose is to heal and bring hope. A leader's job is to manage a team, but their purpose is to serve and empower others. When you separate your job from your purpose, you free yourself from the limitations of titles and expectations. You begin to see that purpose isn't something given to you by an employer. It's something you bring to the work you do, no matter what role you have. Many people believe that their sense of purpose comes from external achievements. They think that once they land the perfect job, earn a certain salary, or gain recognition, they will finally feel fulfilled. But fulfillment doesn't come from external rewards. It comes from within. If purpose were simply about having a great job, then everyone in high-paying or prestigious positions would be completely satisfied. But that's not the case. There are countless successful professionals who feel empty despite their accomplishments. That's because purpose isn't something given to you, it's something you cultivate. When people rely on external factors to define their purpose, they give control of their happiness to things they can't always influence. A promotion, a job title, or the approval of others becomes the measurement of their worth. The problem with this approach is that external factors can change. A company can restructure, an industry can evolve, and opportunities can disappear. If purpose is tied only to these things, then fulfillment becomes unstable, always dependent on circumstances that are out of one's hands. True purpose is not dictated by a job description, nor is it determined by other people's expectation. It comes from understanding what truly drives you, what impact you want to have, and how you choose to contribute to the world. It's not about what you do, but about why you do it. Two people can have the same career, but one may feel lost while the other feels deeply connected to their work. The difference isn't in the job itself, it's in their understanding of purpose. Purpose is about impact. It's about knowing that your work, no matter how big or small, makes a difference. It's about how you show up for others, how you contribute, and how you bring meaning to what you do. When people stop searching for purpose in external success and start looking within, they begin to see opportunities to create meaning everywhere. A barista who sees their job as just making coffee will never find deep fulfillment, but one who sees it as an opportunity to brighten someone's day can feel a greater sense of purpose. A business owner who chases money alone may never feel fully satisfied, but one who focuses on serving their customers with passion will find deeper meaning in their work. The key is to stop waiting for purpose to be handed to you and start recognizing that it's something you bring to everything you do. No matter what job you have, no matter what stage of life you're in, you have the ability to create purpose by shifting your mindset. Purpose is found in the way you choose to serve, in the way you choose to care, in the way you choose to lead. When you stop seeking validation from titles, promotions, or external success, you start realizing that fulfillment has been in your hands all along. Most people go through life focusing on what they do, and that's the difference between simply working and living with purpose. Understanding your why is the key to finding meaning in your work and your life. It's what separates those who feel unfulfilled despite their success from those who wake up every morning with a sense of excitement and direction. When people don't know their why, they often chase goals that don't truly matter to them. They follow paths laid out by society, their families, or their employers, believing that if they just work hard enough, they will eventually feel fulfilled. But success without purpose feels empty. That's why so many people who reach their career goals still feel lost. They've spent so much time focusing on what they do and how they do it, but they've never stopped to ask themselves why it matters. Finding your why requires looking beyond job titles and responsibilities. It's about understanding the impact of what you do. A great teacher doesn't just teach lessons, they inspire curiosity and confidence in their students. A great doctor doesn't just diagnose and treat, they bring healing and hope. A great leader doesn't just manage a team, they empower others to grow and succeed. The difference is in the purpose behind the work, not just the work itself. When you discover your why, it changes the way you approach everything. Suddenly, even the most routine tasks take on a new level of meaning. A person who understands their why doesn't see their job as just a paycheck. They see it as an opportunity to contribute. They recognize that every interaction, every decision, and every effort is a chance to make an impact. That's what creates true fulfillment, not the work itself, but the reason behind it. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming that their why has to be something grand or world-changing. But purpose isn't about making headlines, it's about making a difference, even in small ways. It's about knowing that your work, no matter how big or small, has value. It's about seeing the deeper meaning in what you do and recognizing that even small actions can have a significant impact. Discovering your why isn't always easy, and it doesn't happen overnight. It requires reflection, curiosity, and a willingness to ask deeper questions. It means looking beyond external achievements and asking yourself what truly matters. What excites you? What challenges you? What kind of impact do you want to have on the world? The answers to these questions will help uncover a sense of purpose that no job title or salary can provide. When you lead with your why, everything changes. Work becomes more than just a set of tasks. It becomes a mission. Challenges become opportunities to grow, and success is no longer just about what you accomplish, but about the impact you make along the way. Many people spend their lives waiting for purpose to appear, as if one day they will wake up and suddenly know exactly why they are here. They believe that purpose is something they will find in the right job, the right career, or the right opportunity. But the truth is, purpose isn't something you stumble upon. It's something you create. It's not a destination, it's a choice. It's not a single moment of realization, it's a continuous process of shaping the way you approach your work, your relationships, and your life. One of the biggest misconceptions about purpose is that it's reserved for those with extraordinary talents or world-changing missions. People assume that if they aren't curing diseases, building global companies, or leading massive social movements, then their work doesn't have purpose. But purpose isn't measured by scale. It's not about how big your impact is. It's about whether you choose to make an impact at all. A janitor who takes pride in creating a clean and welcoming space for others can live with more purpose than a CEO who is only focused on profits. A barista who sees each interaction as an opportunity to brighten someone's day can find more fulfillment than an executive who only chases promotions. The way to create purpose is by being intentional. It starts with shifting the mindset from what do I have to do today to how can I make a difference today. Purpose is built in the small moments, in the way you show up, the way you treat people, and the way you contribute, no matter what role you're in. Even if the job itself isn't perfect, even if the circumstances aren't ideal, there is always an opportunity to bring meaning into what you do. Another important shift is to stop thinking about purpose as something that comes from external validation. If purpose is tied to recognition, promotions, or success, then it becomes fragile, constantly at risk of being taken away. But when purpose is created from within, it is unshakable. No one can take away the sense of fulfillment that comes from knowing you've made a positive impact, no matter how small. People who live with purpose don't necessarily have perfect jobs or ideal conditions. What they have is clarity. They know that purpose isn't given to them, it's something they bring to everything they do. They don't wait for permission to find meaning in their work. They create it through their actions, their attitude, and their willingness to see their role as more than just a job. Purpose isn't something you wait for, it's something you choose. It's a commitment to making each day count, regardless of the circumstances. It's about taking ownership of the way you show up in the world. It's not about waiting for the perfect opportunity. It's about turning every opportunity into something meaningful. That's the difference between those who simply go through life and those who live with a true sense of fulfillment. At the end of the day, people won't remember your job title. They won't remember how many hours you worked, how much money you made, or how many projects you completed. What they will remember is how you made them feel. They will remember the impact you had on their lives, the way you showed up when they needed you, and the difference you made in their journey. That is your true legacy. Too often, people chase success without thinking about significance. They focus on climbing the corporate ladder, achieving financial security, or gaining recognition. And while those things may bring a sense of accomplishment, they don't create lasting fulfillment. What truly matters isn't what you accumulate, but what you contribute. When people look back on their lives, the most meaningful moments aren't the times they received a paycheck or a promotion. They're the times they helped someone, inspired someone, or made someone's life better. Every interaction is an opportunity to create impact. The way you treat your colleagues, the way you listen to a friend, the way you serve your customers. All of these moments shape how people experience you. It's easy to get caught up in tasks and deadlines, but real fulfillment comes from recognizing that behind every task, behind every interaction, is a person. And the way you make that person feel is what defines your true success. Some people believe they need to do something big to leave a legacy. They think that unless they change the world on a massive scale, their work doesn't matter. But impact isn't measured in size, it's measured in meaning. A small act of kindness can be life-changing. A simple word of encouragement can shift someone's perspective. A moment of patience can restore someone's faith in humanity. The smallest moments often have the biggest impact, and those who understand this live with a greater sense of purpose every single day. Legacy is not built in one grand gesture, it's built in the consistent way you show up. It's in the way you lead with integrity, the way you support others, and the way you choose to serve even when no one is watching. A true legacy is not written in resumes or bank statements. It's written in the hearts of those you've touched along the way. The most successful and fulfilled people are the ones who shift their focus from success to service. They stop asking, "What can I get?" and start asking, "What can I give?" They understand that the greatest reward isn't in personal achievement, but in making a difference in the lives of others. They don't measure their worth by external accomplishments, but by the impact they leave behind. The way you make people feel, the way you contribute to their growth, the way you inspire and uplift, that is what people will remember. That is what truly matters. And that is what defines a life well lived. Too many people spend their lives believing that their job is their purpose, that their title defines their identity, and that success is measured by how much they earn or how high they climb. But real fulfillment doesn't come from a paycheck, a promotion, or external recognition. It comes from within. It comes from understanding why you do what you do and recognizing the impact you make along the way. Purpose isn't something you wait to find. It's not a hidden treasure that only a lucky few discover. It's something you create every single day in the way you show up, the way you serve, and the way you choose to bring meaning into what you do. No matter what job you have, no matter what position you hold, you have the power to make a difference. The question is, will you? There is a shift that happens when you stop seeing work as something you have to do and start seeing it as something you get to do. Even the smallest roles, the most ordinary jobs, have extraordinary opportunities to create meaning. The choice to bring purpose into your work doesn't come from the job itself. It comes from you. You don't need to be in a leadership position to lead with purpose. You don't need a fancy title to make a real impact. You don't need to be famous to leave a legacy. The people who live with true purpose are the ones who understand that impact is not measured in scale. It's measured in intention. A teacher who inspires confidence in a single student has created impact. A nurse who offers kindness to a worried patient has created impact. A cashier who greets every customer with warmth and positivity has created impact. When you stop chasing validation from external success and start focusing on the difference you can make right where you are, everything changes. It's easy to get caught up in the routine, to fall into the trap of thinking that what you do doesn't matter, but it does. The way you treat people, the way you contribute, the way you choose to show up, it all matters. Purpose is not about having a perfect job. It's about bringing meaning to the work you do, no matter what it is. It's about recognizing that fulfillment doesn't come from what you get. It comes from what you give. At the end of your life, people won't remember your job title. They won't remember how many hours you worked or how much money you made. They will remember the way you made them feel. They will remember the encouragement you gave, the kindness you showed, the impact you left behind. You don't have to wait for the perfect opportunity to start living with purpose. You don't need permission to make a difference. Purpose is a choice. It's the decision to wake up each day and commit to something bigger than yourself. It's the willingness to see the value in what you do and the courage to bring meaning into every moment. It's not something you wait for, it's something you create.